Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It is going to be a good day because it's a Friday. And we love Fridays here at the Jason Show. Plus, a very familiar face is back. She needs no introduction, but I'm going to give it anyways. I'm Kendall Mark, and this is Shane Wells.
Hey, the rotating seat.
Okay, so a little behind the scenes for everybody. Shane, since if you don't live here, you don't know this, usually does one job in the morning. And today you've done like 7 jobs.
Staffing shortage.
It's like we are in the winter vacation. Everybody's gone. Everybody's got a cold. Like everyone's out. Really, you've been hopping all day
It's
today.
always good to be back in here, though, because it feels like the old home.
Right. It's
So
very
here from the
familiar.
Start. Yeah, just get cozy, you know.
Just get comfy in that chair.
Yeah.
What have you been up to since we've been out without you? One thing I can think of is jumping in a frozen lake.
I did submerge with the Submergence earlier this week. Somebody asked me, is it like a polar plunge? I said, no, they literally get in the water and sit in a frozen lake, a hole in a lake, for 1 minute to 15 minutes. And so I wanted to document their submerging. And of course, they asked me to do it.
Right? You did it today when it was 30-ish below out.
They go out no matter what. They were out yesterday.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. They just don't submerge as long. They are diehard and it is so impressive. It does great things for your body if you can get yourself to do it.
She has video, and my favorite part is we wear these little things on our back. They're called IFBs, so we can hear each other from, here all the way to where you were at Lake Harriet. Yeah. And Shane was really focused on the fact that she was about to be frozen, right? So she's not thinking about her IFB. And you see her get in, and from the studio, I hear Alex, one of our anchors, going, Shane, your IFB! And it's delayed just enough that Shane realizes just as she's getting in the water, and her face goes from, oh, it's cold to, oh, and oh my gosh, it's this like beautiful freak out. It's so good.
Also, RIP to the IFB.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
It died? Don't tell anyone.
I really took one for the team
bosses
and
aren't
also
listening.
took some equipment with it. No, he knows. I handed it over and I was like,
Sorry. If she's going down, you're going down with her. Speaking of going down, I said this yesterday. I had my booster shot, and things were, I just was a little sore and realized that you have obviously glands, and they can get swollen when things like you get a shot.
Working overtime, yep.
Yes, so this is apparently a very normal thing. When you get your booster, your lymph nodes will swell, and so I've been all morning looking like I'm doing the chicken dance because I feel like a bee stung me like under my arm.
That's horrible.
I don't know
And
if
then
any
you
of
have to wear like a
had this.
fancy dress that's fitted.
It wasn't the smartest move to wear the tight sleeves today.
Well, you were trying to cover. If you were sleeveless, then you'd be self-conscious. I don't know what's better.
It's so funny looking though. Like
I thought you were going to come in today in like a real big, cozy sweater. Yeah.
It would look really good on camera if I had,
It wouldn't be your favorite wardrobe choice on camera, but you'd feel good.
I would feel really good. My husband, I was like, Jordan, look. He's like, what are you showing me? And I was like, look. And it was comical. So if any of you have had that happen to you, let me know because I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, enough about my armpits. Let's get ready for the hot dish. Here we go.
Thanks, Leo. Fresh and hot.
Okay, the newest trailer for season 4 of Ozark just dropped, and it's as tense as ever.
Should we get started?
Not until our other partner gets here.
Partner?
So what's this message from Mexico so important you had to drag us all in here?
The Navarro cartel has been made aware that you intend to start producing heroin again. They have instructed us to warn you their response is going to be quick and it's going to be brutal.
We're just the messengers here.
You two are celebrities. You will use your influence. I will walk away from my business. I will be free of the threat of arrest or assassination and to move freely to the United States.
Omar Navarro wants to cut a deal with the FBI.
What would it take?
More than he's willing to give.
Do this and you are free of your obligation to me.
Do this and you're free of me. Jason Bateman and Laura Linney are back as the birds. Can they get free of the cartel? Part 1 of the final season of the show drops in 2 weeks, because my understanding is the second season is going to be part 1 of 7 episodes, and then a part 2 of 7 episodes will be later in the year.
I'm not okay. I was all on board, and then at the end of the trailer, it's like part 1 dropping January 21st. I'm like, part 1?
What do you mean?
And then later in the year, you get to finish said season. And I'd rather just do it all at once.
Just give it to me all right now.
Great show. You're not there.
I feel like it's too late for me to start.
It's never too late. But it is a very tense, dark in more ways than one. It's a very darkly lit show. So if you're watching in the daylight, you're like, I'm sorry,
Put the shades down. Put the shades down.
And it is tense. Like, you need breaks from the show.
Okay.
But it is so good. And Jason Bateman, I mean, you know, he's funny. It's kind of how we're used to seeing him. It's just crazy that he can do this role.
Does that give away anything? Or not really? Like, were there any cliffhangers that you were like, oh, so-and-so is in the trailer?
There was a major cliffhanger at the end of the season, and then you were wondering how it would play out. So you're starting to see a little bit of like, okay, this is what's going to happen now with what happened at the end, which was jaw-dropping.
I somehow followed that.
Oh, you did?
I followed, without you giving away anything. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love that show. Okay, next in the dish, The Weeknd is officially back, the musician. He dropped a new album. She was checking it out earlier. Dawn FM came overnight. Here's a clip of one of the songs with Lil Wayne.
You manifested this, but girl, I blame myself. Things I should've known. The whispers that I hear are blowing through my ears. These words I need to hear from you. Now I know this is a fling. You're out in someone's ring. It hurts to think I'm shedding you. Ooh, I heard you're married, girl.
Where was the Lil Wayne part?
Oh, we can't play that part.
Huh? Never mind.
Right
I
away.
just answered my own question in my head. That is, I Heard You're Married. He wrote all of his songs, but he had some help, including Jim Carrey on one of his tracks, which also I have a lot of questions. That picture you guys were looking at, that is him. Yep, clearly some age progression, or you could say 2020, 2021 have been really hard on him.
Rough girl. Yeah, so Jim Carrey part, he plays a DJ. In one of the songs.
Okay.
So it's not like he's singing or rapping with it. The Lil Wayne part, once you get to it, is really good, but yes, we can't play it on daytime television. If you know me, you know I love Lil Wayne. That was like, Lil Wayne was my life, my senior year of high school.
I did not know this.
Just Fireman, Lollipop, oh my God, so good. Anyway, we both listened to a couple of tracks on this, right? Or like, and I like, so far, 65, 70%.
I think my thing, again, first listen, I have to hear things a few times sometimes.
Yep.
They all sound like that song. Like, they all kind of sound the same to me right now.
Right.
Someone's probably going to at me on this, but I'll give it another try, because typically I love the Weeknd's music.
But that
so
happens.
I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
That happens with a lot of artists. I feel like, you know, sometimes that happens with Adele. I'll listen to her whole track and like the whole album, and I'm like, by the end, I'm a little itchy. You know, I'm just like, I gotta do something else. So, I don't know. Give it a try, though. Let us know what you think.
Sure, it'll be a hit. It doesn't matter if I listen to it or not.
Doesn't matter. And if you don't like Lil Wayne, don't come at me. I will come right back. Next in the dish, it's the shocker absolutely nobody saw coming. First it was Jimmy Fallon, then it was Seth Meyers, and now James Corden has COVID. He revealed on Instagram that he tested positive. He says he's fully vaxxed and boosted, so he's feeling fine. His show will take a few days off. Seth's show also took this week off. No guest host for either of those two. And I'm guessing it has to do with the fact that they're like, hey, if the host has it, likely other people within the cast also potentially have it. Right.
So wait, who's the last man standing? Stephen Colbert?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had just said on, I think Wednesday or Tuesday, we were talking about this, and I was like, just don't get James Corden. And
there you go. See,
God,
you jinxed this.
It's my fault.
Did you knock on wood on a cushion?
I had a cushion.
Doesn't work like that.
Leather couch.
I'm sure this right here is some real fine wood right there.
I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Jason's next.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jason.
Okay. Next in the dish, Ben Affleck, sorry, I said that wrong. It's responding to Snoop's epic mispronunciation of his name. So he visited Kelly Clarkson with the cast of his new movie, The Tender Bar. Take a look.
Snoop announcing it was my favorite part. I want you to see it unless you missed it.
That was nice, yeah.
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, my fault. Sorry about that, Ben.
He got the emphasis a little off.
You did get the emphasis a little off, yeah. It's funny because I always grew up and I thought, like, Affleck, what an incredibly ugly name. Now it sounds like the duck commercial. And Affleck! Yes, I know. Isn't that funny?
You're the first person to say it.
Yeah. And I, when I was a kid, my parents, I always remember them, like, in the old days when people would call you up for, like, a magazine subscription or something, and they'd go, like, A, F as in Frank, F as in Frank. And I was always like, why do they always do that? And I realized as I started looking through the mail we would get, and it would always be like, Mr. and Mrs. A. L-I-C-K. And I was like, I see.
Oh my God.
You hate to have that
You hate it. You hate to see it. Love that you didn't say it on daytime TV because you
spelled it out.
You sure did. Ben Affleck has been nominated for a Golden Globe for the Tender Bar, which is now available on Prime. It sounds like a medicine that you don't want to take.
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
I mean, I don't care how Snoop says my name, but if Snoop is saying my name, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. You know what I mean?
Everything he says just flows.
And he corrected it right away. He was like,
My
Ben
bad.
Affleck. Sorry about that. By the way, that movie, just because this came up, I hadn't heard about it.
Okay.
It looks really good. It's based on a memoir that I guess was pretty popular. And it's about a young man sort of coming of age, and Ben Affleck plays his uncle that's sort of like a father figure to him. But it looks really heartfelt and cool and heartwarming. I think January 7th, so today. Came out on Amazon Prime. If that's of your vibe and you want to check it out this weekend because it's cold.
And the Tinder Bar is a totally different story. T-I-N-D-E.
Yeah, it's just a different thing.
Look it up later, even. Lots more to come.
Do you read
We'll
that?
be back after this break.
Someone.
Oh, they put someone prompted. Thank you, Ted. That helps. It did so.
Still to come, we're taking you to the beach. Well, wine expert Leslie Miller is. She joins us from her vacation to share her tips on enjoying wine and more while away from home. Plus, more than 20 years after the original broke reality TV records, Joe Millionaire returns.
You have such a fancy accent.
But how does it compare to The Bachelor?
Oh my gosh, I know that guy.
Our self-described love expert, producer Ted, shares his review. And you never know what could happen on our Before the Show show.
What are you waiting for there, Leo?
I don't blame you, Leo.
We're sharing never-before-seen moments from our pre-show meeting. Stay with us.
Your kids, how old are your kids now? Do they 7?
They are 7 and 3, my sweet little girls.
And
Georgia
do
and Gianna.
do they know your stuff? Do they know Good Burgers? Do they know SNL?
They know SNL. They're not supposed to be up that late, but they catch it the next day.
Yeah, they get exactly. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Do they?
But I want them to find like Good Burger and all that stuff kind of organically. I want their friends at school to be like, y'all ever seen Good Burger? And let them like kind of discover how awesome Daddy was.
Or is. I mean, do they watch Keenan and be like, wait, Dad, that's not your family?
Yeah, they get a little confused. They're like, so wait, are they us or are we them? Or...
Wait, that's a movie, right? Kenan Thompson on Fallon, his show Kenan is in season 2. What was that creepy movie?
Where yes.
The family showed up and they were like
and
them.
it was the other family. It was us. Yeah, with the.
That was a creepy movie. If you want to be completely freaked out, that's the one. Don't do it.
Hey, you know on Fridays we get an extra serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up from Jacob from TMZ. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, first up, we're jumping right in. Dr. Dre holding his breath as the Super Bowl halftime show sits in limbo. What is happening?
So Dr. Dre is actually pouring millions of dollars of his own money into this year's Super Bowl show, which is incredible to think. And considering that he's going to be the headlining performer alongside Snoop Dogg and Eminem and plenty of other incredible performers. But, you know, being the shrewd businessman that he is, he decided to get event cancellation insurance, you know, just in case anything were to unexpectedly turn left. However, what we learned is that insurance doesn't cover COVID. And as you know, the Omicron variant is spreading rapidly, not just across the country, but particularly here in Los Angeles. And now there's some speculation that the Super Bowl might be moving to Dallas just in light of how bad it's getting. I think that's a little far-fetched, but if that were to happen, Dr. Dre could lose millions of dollars because there's just this kind of sneaky provision in his insurance contract saying if it's COVID, that is the reason why this all, doesn't happen. We can't pay you back. So I think he has his fingers crossed right now.
Got to fire the lawyer that looked over that paperwork. Jeez. Okay.
Hey, Kim K and Pete went on a little vacation together.
Yeah, so they just got back to Los Angeles yesterday after spending the past several days in the Bahamas. And I mean, this is really their first vacation together as a couple. We've seen them in Pete's home court in New York, where they went to dinner in Staten Island. And then we've seen them both in Los Angeles, where Pete's been driving around Kim Kardashian's Bentley. But we haven't seen them in kind of a neutral territory. So I think this kind of, shuts down all the non-believers saying that this isn't a real relationship. This is a real thing. And it looks like they had a really fun time. And now being back in Los Angeles, I mean, we just saw Pete Davidson was at last night's Kings game, and who knows how much Kim K has to do to play a part in that.
How long do you give them? I know you say it's real, but give us your prediction.
I'm not Cupid, but I'm saying at least another year.
Okay. All right.
Really?
That's a long time.
That feels very long, Jacob.
I'm optimistic. Hey, it's Friday. I'm optimistic. Why not?
Glass half full. All right. Oh, Kanye. We're going to switch it over now. Talk about Kim's ex. Kanye's headed to Coachella this year, so that's happening apparently.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't been to Coachella or aren't familiar, there are 3 headliners for Coachella every year. And what we figured out was the first 2 were Billie Eilish and Swedish House Mafia. And now we've learned that the third and final one will be Kanye West. And the reason why this is so interesting is because Travis Scott was believed to be the headlining performer for a long time. But of course, everything that's gone out of Astroworld and all the fatalities and tragedies that have occurred, event planners just felt like he was not a safe option. And with that, Kanye West is swooping the third and final spot. So nevertheless, I think it's still going to be an amazing show with him, Billy, Swedish House Mafia. I don't think you're going to see Travis Scott, though.
It's interesting because we go from Travis Scott, who's with Kylie Jenner, to Kanye, who was with Kim, and it's a very twisted web we're weaving.
He wants a Yachella.
It's all interconnected.
It certainly is. Hey, how do you concentrate with all that yelling going on?
I was wondering that too.
Hey, you know what? I just drank my coffee. This is like my peak 45 minutes of the day after I drink my first coffee.
Saved it for us.
We got it. We appreciate that, Jacob. Thank you so much from TMZ, as always, coming through. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was loud in there. I was like, oh, he's not missing a beat.
Nope. And I was like, what are they yelling about?
I want to know. Is it some big dish we should know about for the hot dish? Speaking of the dish, next up, Audrey Hepburn fans. Ooh, big news for us. New movie is in the works, and we're learning who will play her, and it's all about her. Who? Rooney Mara. Okay, now if you look at her and you're like, she's kind of familiar, I don't really know. Well, she signed on for the role. She appeared in films like Nightmare Alley, Carol, which I think, did that win an Academy Award? It was talked about for a while. And then The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is probably what most of you have seen her in. Apple is behind the project, and according to the Jason Show research team,
That's a new graphic since I was here last.
Oh, it costs more than you and I make in a year, let me tell you.
No doubt.
Fun fact number 1, Rooney's sister is Kate Mara. You've probably seen her. She was in House of Cards, at least for the first season. And fun fact number 2, her mom's side of the family owns not just this football team, but the football team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, a massive franchise. And her dad's side of the family owns the New York Giants. These people are rich.
So they don't need to work.
They are rich.
Wow. Okay, I can see it in the picture, the Audrey Hepburn, but if you think of her as a girl in the dragon tattoo,
you're like,
could you be more opposite from an Audrey Hepburn?
She's very petite, and that was part of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I read all the books and was like, who are they gonna get for this? And it worked perfectly. I've watched a few different just sort of documentaries on Audrey Hepburn's life. Newsflash, I love her, if you didn't know. But
her and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil
just
Wayne
really
and Audrey.
similar.
I have an eclectic taste, Shane.
You are full of surprises.
Full of surprises today. But I think that she'll be pretty good at it. And I mean, she had a really interesting childhood that led up to, of course, getting discovered, being the girl of everybody's movies and dreams for only about 7 years. And then she kind of took it all back and just went to raise her family, be part of UNICEF. So I'm curious.
She's with That dude.
Yeah, that dude. It's just that dude.
Anyone?
What?
She's married to that guy who is really famous.
Rooney Mara?
Is it Kate Mara that's married to him? Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, I was on Audrey Hepburn, Shane.
Oh, she's not married to Joaquin.
I was like, who are you talking about? She's dead. She's been dead forever.
Rooney Mara is married to Joaquin and has family with him, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Whew, I was thinking I was going crazy. We're just not on the same page here. We just get the lines up.
I guess
All right.
not.
Next in the dish, a 20-year beef. Yes, 20 years is once again rising to the surface, and it involves Elmo, Zoe, and Rocco the Rock. One of Elmo's most epic rants has recently gone viral again. Take a look.
That's okay, Gabby. Elmo will just take this one. No, wait, Elmo. What? Rocco says that he wants the oatmeal raisin cookie. Rocco? Rocco's a rock, Zoe. Rocco won't know the difference. Yes, he will. You can't have that cookie, Elmo. Rocco wants to eat it. How? How is Rocco going to eat that cookie, Zoe? Tell Elmo. Rocco doesn't even have a mouth. Rocco's just a rock. Rocco's not alive.
Okay, so Elmo tweeted, yes, Elmo tweeted, "Don't worry, everybody. Elmo and Zoe practice sharing and are still best friends forever. Elmo loves you, Zoe. Elmo doesn't want to talk about Rocco." Okay. So this is really like a thing online?
This is a thing. So as you saw, Zoe saved a cookie for her pet rock. And Elmo gets really frustrated because, hello, it's a rock. So he sent out something, Elmo did, that said, Elmo is just curious. Do rocks eat cookies? And like, it was hilarious. It went viral because then The Rock also responded and was like, hey, Elmo, yes, The Rock eats lots and lots of cookies. I'll tell you all about cheat day, blah, 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 blah. And then a lot of people just spun off that. Like someone said something about gaslighting, like the way that Elmo was not taking Zoe's gaslighting is the energy I want in 2022. I mean, people just went, so it was
And as Jeff
so random.
pointed out, and I agree with him 100%, nobody wants oatmeal raisin cookies. Ew.
Are you kidding me?
That's not a cookie, there's oatmeal. It's healthy.
It's delicious.
And raisins. Ooh.
Okay. Someone loves oatmeal raisin cookies, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Are you in the market for a fledgling TV network known for such classics as Legends of Tomorrow, Riverdale, Batwoman, and Nancy Drew? Probably not. Viacom and Warner Media are looking to offload the CW. Now, the CW caters to young adults and had been under the same ownership for 15 years. Back in 2011, Netflix paid the network $1 billion for the streaming rights of its lineup, but that has since ended. So unclear how much the network could fetch for, well, their network and all the shows.
Is Riverdale still? I never got into that, but I know it's really popular.
Yeah, kids. The kids love it. I mean,
you'll get that show if you buy it. I mean, that might be worth it.
You get that if you buy it. I don't know any of those shows anymore, but I remember on what the CW was. It was like Freeform or no, I don't know.
Yeah,
there was something before that.
Wasn't it Warner Brothers? WB?
The WB, yes.
Frog.
I watched all of those shows when I was a teen. So it actually, I mean, they've got good stuff for the market that they're looking at.
It's had a lot of reincarnations, and maybe you can be the next one to bring it back.
Lucky you.
We'll be right back. Do you think they'd buy the Jason show?
Take us.
Jeff is giving it away.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. Little Yam House for you on this Friday. I can say that because Jason's not here.
Oh, you can't say that?
Friday. He doesn't like that
say
word.
it again.
Friday. We all have a go-to drink on vacation. Maybe it's a fancy beer, a cocktail, or just a little lime in your Coke or a coconut.
Now, whatever it is, what do the pros drink? That's the question. On vacation, we now go live to Costa Rica, where the wine diva, look at that setting, is taking in some R&R, but still working. Good morning, Leslie Miller. Nice to see you.
Good morning, ladies. I'm here to make you a tropical, cocktail, just to warm you up.
But can you just kind of describe what it feels like right
Yeah, because we're like frozen. I mean, it's literally -16 outside.
Well, it's 93 degrees here today. There's a little bit of humidity. It's perfect. My skin feels amazing. My bones have finally thawed out. So I'm in good.
Good for you. So
we gotta
go. My hair actually was so frizzy. I didn't know how I was going to go on air today. All right, for real though, what does a certified sommelier drink on vacation? Because I go and I just get whatever the bartender tells me to get.
Yeah, this is a really good question because people ask me this all the time. Do you drink wine on vacation, Leslie? And I always say, number one, you do as the locals do.
Ooh.
So always order the local spirit or beer. And down here in Costa Rica, there's lots of beautiful sugarcane. So they make a really great distilled spirit out of sugarcane called cacique.
Oh,
and cacique is delicious with a little orange juice, pineapple juice, triple sec, because you can always find triple sec in some sort of convenience store on vacation. And this is called the Pura Vida, which is
Are
what
you being
all
attacked
local...
by a monkey? There's some really scary animal noises.
We're worried, Leslie.
Do we need to be worried?
All right. Also, don't forget about the local beers. Everywhere you go, there's a really awesome local beer. Here it's Imperial, and they're also pretty low in alcohol as compared to what I drink when it comes to wine. So it's a good refresher. It does sound like I'm being attacked, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little concerning.
Does. Yeah. We wanted to know, by the way, we got a little distracted, but that cacique sounds really good. Can you get that here in Minnesota, do you know?
You know what? That's an interesting question. I've never looked for cacique at home. I don't think so. But you know, the other kind of good substitute for this at home would be rum.
Okay.
So you'd have like a nice, you know, kind of tropical punch, basically.
We can pretend.
Sure. I know. We can dream. All right. What you got next there?
All right, you can always find tequila when you're on vacation.
Yep.
That's always a good go-to. So whether you sip it on the rocks or you sip it again with like tropical juices, things like that, tequila is a good one. But my favorite go-to, and this is a really good one for wine lovers, is Campari. Ladies, are you into Campari?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I love Campari. I put it in my Prosecco
Campari,
sometimes.
It's so delicious. It's an Italian bitters, basically. It's a liqueur that's an Italian bitter. So it has kind of like these really beautiful kind of like rhubarb, kind of cranberry notes to it. And you just mix it with soda. You put an orange over the top of it. You take it to the beach. It's a good thirst quencher when you're outside.
Oh my God, you're just like making me sad. Even the squeaking animal in the background is hurting my feelings, Leslie Miller, and I just want you to know that.
It's taunting us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's the last one you got there?
You should always look for some wine, because when you're in Central America, or when you're in, you know, when you go down into like Mexico, Central America, you can always find wines from Chile and Argentina. So those are good countries to look for. Now, incidentally, I did find two wines that I love, one from Spain, one from New Zealand while I was down here. So I got pretty lucky here. But there's also really big brands. So you find a lot of yellowtails, things like that. But again, if you're closer to some of these countries, you know, you can find really good Italian sometimes. But again, look for like Chile and Argentina. You can always find them on the shelf, and always for a pretty good deal.
Well, I heard recently that because of just what's happening with our climate and things getting warmer, that places that are farther away from the equator have better wines. When you talk about South American wines, I guess you wouldn't normally think that if you're going down there to look for wine, but it is a good spot.
It is. And there's places like Patagonia now that are making really beautiful wine. So there's a lot of things that the climate has done to obviously change a lot of spaces where you can grow wine better too. So good spaces to look for, good things to drink while you're on vacation. I think I'm gonna click off to the pool and have my little cacique, my Pura Vida cocktail. Cheers to you, ladies.
I was gonna ask, what time is it there?
Yeah, are you ditching us?
Same time, actually, the exact same time.
Oh. So it's wine o'clock for you, Leslie?
It is, and I'm actually watching the Jason show from a live feed, so I've been watching you guys every day.
Well, thanks, Leslie Miller. I do want to tell you one thing before you go and have your tropical time on vacation. I was really, really excited when I saw you on the books for the show in these 2 weeks that Jason's gone, because as you know, we always joke, I don't get to ever be a part of your segments because Jason wants to try all the wine. And then everyone's like, so she's actually in Costa Rica. you still can't try anything that she's presenting today. So thank you.
Here's, I'll just pass this through the screen if you want to just grab it.
I can almost feel it. It's warming me up.
All right, go enjoy your time at the pool. We appreciate you checking in with us too. Really,
Okay, stay
truly.
warm. Thank you.
Yeah, stay warm.
I know.
Bye. I
not
love
really
you,
a thing.
Leslie Miller. I want to be you. For more information, head to amusewine.com. Gosh. That, I mean, compared to where we were, I mean, even the tropical monkey thingies that were about to attack her sounded
I
awesome.
still liked it. Yeah. No, that
Sounded
sounded
really great.
Right. All right, we'll be right back.
We're depressed now.
I thought I wanted to hear about her trip, and then I was like, no, I don't.
Welcome back. We're still just wishing we were also in Costa Rica.
But we have this tropical thing here.
No chirping birds, monkeys, or children in the background, but what can you do? Hey, welcome back. There are moments before that happened before our actual show.
So every morning, the Jason Show team meets to discuss that day's shows. But because everyone is easily distracted, it often goes off the rails, hence the monkey in the background of her shot. It's time again to see what happened in the Jason Show before the show over the past few weeks.
Okay, welcome. That's Chuck.
I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
I am gonna laugh at the fact that we are
ahead.
just not
I'm
ready
not saying
that we
not
did
to.
this, and it's so successful that Kelly
Yes.
literally texted me a picture of him opening Christmas cards yesterday.
Yes, the
so
man
the
just
fact
had
that
to do it.
the news director has to become an elf is hysterical.
And Lorian said. Okay, hot dish. Ben Affleck talked about why he was drinking. It's all Jennifer Garner's fault.
Because he had to fill out Fox 9 Christmas cards.
Just let's not make fun at all costs.
Okay, I won't say that.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
I think you guys have Leo's attention.
No, we don't. What are you waiting for there, Leo?
I don't
Someone
blame
say
you,
Curly?
Leo.
Sandra and Kelly. Giggling, laughing. So much laughing.
Off the rails.
Late Night Rewind. Miley Cyrus, Pete Davidson, Fallon.
Are you laughing at me because I look like I want to kill someone?
No, I'm laughing at Leo. His delicate little cough.
He made a little squirrel cough. He was like.
It's not COVID, people.
What? You said it was a squirrel cough?
The little raccoon.
Have you ever heard a squirrel yell at you?
Yes!
It's terrible.
I had a screaming squirrel outside my house.
The burglar able to grab a few small things before things got a little squirrely.
I would sit on my patio and I was like, ah!
Yeah! They sound like crows.
Where the hell do you people live?
I had an albino squirrel too.
We have 3 in my neighborhood.
What are they, a little gang?
They're a little gaggle of albino squirrels. They live in my neighborhood and they run around and my dogs freak out and then they sit in the tree when I let the dogs out.
They have an acorn.
And they go,
Listen, see, you're gonna leave the nut, so I'm gonna throw the acorn. They have little Brooklyn accents.
With little tight t-shirts
St.
on.
Louis clock.
The Jets.
They have cigarettes rolled up their sleeve.
They grease their hair back. Okay, go ahead, Ted.
I'll take a video for you.
albino squirrel.
Oh God, he
I have photos too.
pulls out
Photos.
How do you pull? How quickly can you pull out a photo of your kids? Go.
Or your wife.
Or your wife. We'll take wife or child.
I have them. We just gotta find them.
Let me find my albino.
No, Kendall, we're waiting.
No, really, it's
No, we've moved on to Leo.
We need a countdown clock on this. Oh my God.
Leo pulled up that squirrel picture so fast. Like, so. By the way, Shane.
Oh.
We made it to Costa Rica.
Why do I still have goosebumps?
I don't know. Why am I still so pale? It's fluorescent.
It's not working.
This is so sad. But seriously, we asked him, we're like, how did you pull up the photo of a squirrel so fast? And he was like, I don't know, it was a really nice, like, zoomed in photo. And it, honest to goodness, no editing involved, took about 30 seconds for him to find a photo of his family, but took 2 seconds to find a photo of the albino squirrel that lives in his neighborhood.
Who knew Leo would become the star of the show?
Oh, we all did. As soon as we started filming this, it was like, well, Grandpa got out on a walk today because he would just walk around the newsroom while we were meeting, or fix the TV, or show us pictures of albino squirrels.
Or dream of curling.
Yep, we learned the correct way to pronounce, what was it? Bonspiel.
Bonspiel.
It's not Bonspiel, it's Bonspiel. Correct, Leo?
Oh.
Thank you. It's Dutch. In case you're wondering. We'll be right back.
Google
it.
I know one of the girls down there.
Oh my gosh, I know that guy.
We matched last year on Hinge when I was out of town. Followed each other on Instagram. She's liked a few of my photos.
Which one?
Her name's Caroline.
This presents a problem.
If Caroline knows Steven's wealthy, the assumption's going to be obvious that I'm not. So, I mean, the whole thing could be ruined.
I'd give it 3 days, and if it's not there, I'd be like, sayonara. Yes. I was thinking.
You're sure?
She's down there. I'm 100% sure. I know that face.
Am I in trouble?
Well, I wanted to have a real honest conversation.
I'm running.
Look, the very reason we're here is so that no one knows anything about you. This could ruin the whole thing.
There's no way she can stay.
Wait, where's the girl we were talking to? What's her name? The sequin dress.
Who is that girl? Very shaky start to the new season of Joe Millionaire, as one of the ladies threatens to ruin the entire season on night 1.
What? They just pulled her out of there so fast.
Done. She was all ready. So this season's theme is for richer or poorer. So there are 2 Joes. One of the men is worth $10 million. The other is, it says worthless in the prompter.
I know, isn't that so harsh? I'm like,
Ted,
Ted, it's so mean.
Is not worth $10 million. We'll just put it that way.
He's just not loaded, okay? Yeah. He is worth something. But the ladies do not know who's who, except for that one lady, so she gotta go. How did night 1 go? And that means, once again, it's time for America Loves Ted. Joining us from, well, now I guess we can call it just the love control room. I mean, you've done Love Island, The Bachelor, now this, Joe Millionaire. Good morning.
Good morning. Worth less.
Oh, was there a space there?
No, there wasn't. I just wanted to make it sound
I was like,
worse.
I felt really mean saying it. Okay, let's start at the beginning. We obviously know one of them is loaded and one doesn't have as much money, but tell us a little bit about the Joes and how they're handling this.
So the 2 Joes, you got Joe number 1. Joe number 1 is a construction worker, but he owns his own construction company. So this is the farmer. That's the construction worker. Construction worker has the long hair. He owns his own construction company. The farmer owns his own farming business. So neither is dirt poor. They just one might have more debt than the other. The farmer is the one that's worth $10 million.
Okay.
So the women know what's going on after night 1. They found out what's going on. So they're all like, which one's the rich one? And they can't tell them who it is. But the women are trying to find ways to ask them about their lives and figure out if they have money.
Well, I would think as the guy, that'd be a little bit of a red flag. Like if that's their first question is to figure out if I'm a millionaire or not.
Right.
So, I mean, what do you think of the women? Are they kind of clearly in it for the money, or are some of them really in it for love?
I think there are a few gold diggers in this. I think there are, but then there's also some who, they just want to find love But here's the thing. It's like some of them are so phony, and some of them wouldn't even stand a chance on The Bachelor. So there's a pretty wide swath of women that they have chosen to present to these men.
You know what caught my eye right away too in the little teaser trailer we showed there was the man with the British accent, the butler.
Not the Tom Butler.
the butler. So the butler is like the Chris Harrison of the season.
Oh.
He's very proper and he's very distinguished, and you know, it's a sleazy show, but he brings the class.
Sure.
And the women and the men, they're very impressed. They're very impressed that the person who is leading the way, leading the charge, has an accent. Take a look.
Wow. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the manor.
Thank you so much. This is quite the place.
I'm Martin, your butler.
I'm Stephen. Good to meet you. I've never met a British person. Never.
Do come into the house.
Wow.
Holy. I come from a small town.
Very good evening to you, madam.
You have such a fancy accent. In my town.
So the classy person on the show immediately has to have the British accent. That just really helps bring the whole thing together.
Wow.
And the guy who's never heard a British person talk before, he's actually the millionaire.
The farmer millionaire, so I'm thinking he's really focused on running that farm.
Yeah, I guess.
And not so much getting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so that woman who knew him,
Yeah.
they had to get rid of her.
Oh.
Like, did they just yank her out and she was just gone? Bye, girl.
They did like a, you know, kind of like a magic trick. They had Christoph the magician show up, and he made her just magically disappear. And the women were like, "Where'd the lady in the sequin dress go?"
Man, you know, she put a lot into going on this show. Bought a lot of clothes, got her hair done, did all the things, and it's like no one ever saw you on the show.
The moral of the story, Ted, too, before we go, will you watch it again? Like, was it good enough to pique your interest, or were you just kind of like, eh?
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I think The Bachelor has gone a little stale.
Oh.
And
Oh,
yes.
hot take. Whoa, we're burying the lead.
Breaking news here. Is this better than The Bachelor? I don't know. I'm not there yet, but it was refreshing to see kind of a new take on love.
Love.
New take
on
on
love.
love.
Oh, that's cute. You still think it's about love. Okay, thanks, Ted.
It's not about money, it's about love.
Sure.
Yeah,
wink,
we
wink.
love you. Yep. Joe Millionaire airs Thursday nights on Fox and is available to stream for free on Tubi.
I mean, I'm gonna watch an episode.
I probably will too. Let's be
I'm
honest.
I'm in. All right, we'll be right back. I remember the original one. You probably didn't. You remember? You were like 4.
Hey, look, we changed locations. We are now on the sunset side of Puerto Vallarta. It's very warm, nice, solid 90 degrees.
Oh, look at that! Look at the sun rays.
I know, it's gorgeous here. It's still warm. It's time now for the world's shortest segment. There you go. This will blow your minds, for real, especially fans of the Golden Girls and Sex and the City.
The videos on TikTok have revealed the ages of the characters on the Golden Girls. They are the same as the characters on the new show, and just like that. So Rose was 55, Dorothy 54, Blanche 53 when the show started in 1985. On the Sex and the City reboot, Carrie and Miranda are 55 and Charlotte is 54. Makes you really think about how Hollywood standards have changed since the 80s and how we view aging.
And that's why Betty White never aged.
That's true.
Because they
We just kept her there in a time
just
capsule.
stayed there. Yep.
Okay, yep, my mind is blown in the shortest segment. We'll be right back. That is wild. Welcome back. It is time for the surprise goodbye, which I've never done before. We didn't have this when I was on the show.
Hey.
Okay, so Kendall and I, we have no idea what the story is until now.
Today, an unexpected end to a dance routine.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, sorry. That's a surprise goodbye. So this is an unexpected end to a dance routine. A couple was performing in North Carolina when the guy surprises his girlfriend with a proposal. Oh, that's cute. Of course, she said yes.
She's in the middle of a spin.
Look at her. I would be like dizzy and bumping into him. The pair has been dance partners since 2015, and get this, they met at a dance competition when they were randomly paired together. Oh, that's so sweet.
Okay, well, there's your Netflix movie script right there.
Yeah, Hallmark's already calling them up.
they're
They're like, we get this for the
darling.
Christmas movie. That's cute. Congratulations,
that was a great
kids.
surprise goodbye. Now I got little goosebumps, but not because I'm cold.
Because
the
we're
first
in
time
Bora
today.
Bora. Hey, Monday on the show, the Gadget Guy is back. Steve Greenberg shares his latest finds fresh off this week's Consumer Electronics Show, or CES. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. We're going to go to the Tiki Bar.
This is what we can get.